Hello and welcome to Erotic Book Club, the book club where we read erotic books. I am Jess Ross. With me, as always, is my co-host.
Hi, I'm Reka.
Reka is here. She's back and we love her.
Hey, thanks for all the lovely Discord messages, guys.
Someone thought you were gone for good.
Hey,
There was a scare.
there was the red scare.
If you are listening or watching, you are probably wherever you get your podcast, or you might be at CH2 watching on YouTube. But our favorite way, and the way that you get to see it first, the exclusive way, is through Dropout. You can subscribe to Dropout. Not only do you get the Erotic Book Club, you get all of our podcast, Adventuring Academy, Tales from the Closet. You also get access to all of our different shows. Kingpin Katie's still happening.
Which Jess co-wrote with Katie.
Which I
It's very
co-wrote.
awesome.
There's going to be some more exciting new shows coming out all of the time, so it's super fun to be on there. And another great part about being on Dropout is that you get access to the Discord. The Discord is the channel where you get to talk to us directly, and you get to be a part of our erotic book club by messaging us and messaging about the different books we read. So I have some Discord comments. Room Magic said, Lily's energy is really fun in this episode. I'm starting to get a feel for her personality now, and I like that she takes up space and she makes that cream puff chair her bitch.
Yes.
Which she did. I believe she sat in that one.
I will say that I've known Lily for a while. Lily makes literally every chair her bitch.
She
The way she
does.
sits is crazy, and Lily, we love it.
Yeah, we love you. Keep it up. Miles, whose pronouns are he, him, said, just listen to Cream for Stepfather. I miss Reka, but all the special guests have been super lovely while she's gone.
I missed you too, Miles.
Stan said, I can't stop listening to you guys. Very entertaining. Can you invite Grant O'Brien more often? No, we
Yes.
can't.
And I meant yes, we can.
Yes, we cannot. He's booked and we're all booked up. So it can never happen. But speaking of books, booked, we're going to talk about the book for this week.
Woo!
Backstage Pleasures, First Tour, Fresh Desires. This is from the Tour of Sin book series. This is book 1 by Tanya Colt. This is all about backstage pleasures, being on the road. So, of course, as always, we had to get some experts in here to help contextualize what we're reading, because me and Rick are two big dumb idiots.
And we don't know anything about anything.
We've experienced nothing but sitting in these chairs and not making them our bitches.
Yes.
So we have with us an expert concert goer, Lori.
Hi. Been to so many concerts.
Wow.
recently. Between 5 and 7.
Whoa.
Whoa,
my
could it
life.
be 6 or are we not sure?
It could be, I don't know if a couple of them count as concerts.
Gotcha.
Or, jam sessions.
Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, but jam sessions are a part of concert.
Yeah.
Under the umbrella.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, you're already using so many terminology, so much terminology. I'm
Yeah.
so
So
impressed.
you're so in the biz.
You're in the biz. Speaking of biz, we also have another expert here on rock and roll as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Please welcome Chad.
Hi.
Woo!
Hi, guys. Hi. Yeah, I'm an expert on rock and roll.
Wow.
So any questions about rock or roll or anything like that?
Whoa,
Yeah.
just what are some facts? Like your top.
Top facts.
Okay,
top
yeah.
facts.
So like guitars are huge
Oh,
in the business.
for
And do you
Sure.
mean size-wise or like popularity?
Big size. Guitars are bigger than we think.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
And depending on the person holding it, they can look bigger.
Yeah.
I've
They're
noticed.
already big.
Yeah, the baby has one that looks way bigger than if an adult does.
Yeah.
That's really, who's the expert? Chad and Jess. Hey.
Yeah,
A
please
bit of a
stop.
perspective. I'm an artist, so I know these things.
Yeah.
Okay, so guitars are big. What
Guitars
else?
and amps.
Oh, sure.
Amps.
Yeah.
Amps are like
For
a part of.
fans at home, if they don't know what an amp is.
It's short for amplifier. This is real. It's short for amplifier, and what it does is it makes the music that you're playing bigger.
Wow.
Wow.
So you know that like concept Michelle Obama has, amplification?
Yeah.
Where you like when a woman says something, you'd be like Jess said, That's what an amp is doing.
She must
but
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
guitars.
referencing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's referencing her.
That's
Who
referencing-
came first,
Yeah.
Michelle Obama or amps?
I hope Michelle.
I think so.
All right. If you did not have the pleasure of reading Backstage Pleasures, here are some character names that you might hear. We have our beautiful rock and roll leading lady, Ellie. We have the guitarist who's British and described as cute, Roger. Kyle, the drummer from Cali. Andy, who is a groupie in the crowd. We'll see what comes of him. Eric, the bassist. And then Alice and Cindy, two other groupies.
Which I would like to say are two characters in the Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah.
Man.
That's all I have to add.
I wish I would have had that in my head when I was reading the scene.
Right?
Yeah.
You can think of the housekeeper and the youngest daughter.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Brady Bunch movie when she sleeps in the fridge.
Yeah, she lives in there.
Yeah. I like
right.
that part. So we meet Ellie, and she kind of gives us a backstory of how she became to be the rock and roll goddess that she is. And she never really meant for it, as most protagonists in these books don't. They have no ambitions of their own because that would be rude.
Personal ambitions are a sin, and you should stop having them.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a woman. America, I'm making a call to action. Women need to stop having ambitions. Don't admit what you want. Just let it happen to you.
She really emphasized how important her brothers were
Yes.
Right.
for
Yes.
her.
I don't know their names, and the amount of times that she mentioned them made it seem like they were going to fuck.
I thought 100%.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not have that impression at all.
She brought up her brothers during one of like the sex scenes. So
Yeah.
like right after, right before, she was like, "My brother was there," and then blew.
Yeah, because her brother
Yeah.
came to one of her
Yeah,
concerts.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. She said my brother didn't show up, and she was really upset that day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get the vibe that she was going to fuck her brother?
No, another thing I wish was in my head when I was reading this. I feel like I've missed
You
out
wish
on.
Greg and Peter had fucked.
Greg and Peter fucked, Alice and Cindy, all them together in one room, one big concert.
Not to keep bringing up the Brady Bunch movie, but there's a scene where the two eldest ones in the sequel are almost about to kiss, and I remember as
Marcia
a
and
kid
Greg?
thinking it was so hot.
Well, they
yeah.
did date
Yeah.
in real life. Maureen McCormick and Barry.
Oh.
His name is it sounds like Barry White, but it's Barry Williams. Yeah.
Is that what that joke is alluding to
Yes.
in the
I
think so.
movie?
Yeah, there was
'Cause
a
they
lot
were
of talk about
hooking up
them.
a lot.
Oh, I just thought it because they were siblings and it was funny.
Oh, it was, but no, that happened.
You're right.
It's okay. I got it.
No, it's good.
But yeah, they were totally hooking up.
Yeah.
Co-stars.
I just remember there was a curtain and you could see their silhouettes, and that felt like big as a kid too. There were a lot of movies where you saw the silhouette of somebody and it someone else was looking at, and they were like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
Too
Yeah.
many weird backlit rooms
Over
where you
like
can
a
see
sheet?
people's shadow
Have you
through
guys
a
ever
sheet.
seen
Yeah.
that in life?
No. Well, showers.
Like fucking.
Showers.
Showers.
But my shower curtain is like pretty opaque.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. And my shower doesn't have like a light in it that's
Yeah.
shining.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like backlit. Like you have to silhouette. If you were to do that, it would take effort
Yeah. You need a
to
film
light
crew.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like that in life. If what
To
if
watch
that
it, to be a
happened.
part of the silhouette.
Both.
That's a good
Maybe
metaphor.
to be it.
Yeah, you want to be it.
Do I dare?
Yeah. See, women don't have ambition. Just
Yeah, if I just happen to stumble
Just
into
let it
it,
happen,
maybe.
Jess.
Yeah, but I certainly don't have the talent that I know of.
Oh, can I also mention, so because we were talking about all the names, I don't think we learn the main character's name
Not
for
for a
like
bit.
8
Yeah.
pages.
We only learn it in the context of one of her first hookups when he's like, I'm whatever. And she's like, I'm Ellie.
That
Yeah.
happens all the time in these books too, where I have to go back to my first page of notes and write their name. How do we do that? Can they just say my name is blank?
The first
On
line
with
of
the
every
story.
book.
I wish it was.
Lolita.
Opening this book felt like just like walking into someone already having a conversation too.
Yeah.
She's like,
you close it and then it stops talking and you open it. It's just like,
all
She's like,
the important
and then-
stuff they're not harping on either. Like she doesn't go into great detail about forming this band or
that
being
was
on
crazy.
the road. It's always like, and then I had a vocal coach who was 6 foot, and I think maybe she was a lesbian, but I don't know. I'll
Yeah.
never talk about her again.
yeah, that and like my brothers didn't have singing talent, but I did. Anyway, I became the front woman of a very successful band. We sold out a 35,000 person arena.
When? What? How?
And it's all the book is 33 pages, and that was like 3 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as she starts talking about sex, though, she gets so detailed.
But not even as detailed as I would like.
Okay.
Compared, but
Yeah.
but compared
We'll
to
get there.
yes, like the
Yeah.
proportion of this text
Yeah.
that is sex.
Yeah.
So she learns, her brothers play guitar. She doesn't really know a lot about guitar or like playing it, but that's how she learns a lot about rock and roll. And then, as guitars that we've mentioned before, and
Huge,
but she
huge
gets
creatures.
sick.
Huge creatures.
Life-size creatures.
She gets a vocal coach. I wrote this down. I was sure that she was a lesbian or something, but I never knew for sure. And I was like, what an odd sentence. You were sure, but I was never sure. And
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
truly never hear from this woman again. So she goes to a concert at like a local place, and she sees this band, the Mudslingers, which she says is a terrible name. And they
Yeah.
have this lead singer who just sucks, but the band rocks, this female lead singer. And her friend sets it up where she gets to meet with this band. And the band is like, our lead singer is a drunk and we hate her. And so we're going to have you be the lead singer. And I instantly felt so bad for that other singer. I was like, is no one in her life supporting her?
Yeah.
Also,
know it.
isn't getting drunk huge in rock and roll? I know it's huge in
Absolutely.
concert.
Absolutely. On both sides of it. Yeah.
It's a big part of it. It
Yeah.
should be celebrated getting like sloppy
Well,
drunk.
and if they're saying she went too far in a rock and roll lifestyle, I was like, she must really have a problem.
no such
Yeah.
thing, almost, right?
Yeah.
That's
Too
kind of the
far?
story I want to hear, to be honest.
Is that
Yeah.
woman?
I want to
that
follow
woman.
this other
Yeah.
woman and who she screws.
And who she's
Yeah.
been betrayed by. I mean, everyone in her life, it seems.
And I thought, is it also this band? Do they all just fuck these women and then like throw them out?
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
It's going to be the cycle of Ellie.
That's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
thought. I was like, is she going into a safe
Wow.
situation?
That's
How far
sad.
does the tour of sin go?
That's
Or
wow, the
perhaps
ultimate sin.
We're reading too much.
No, she.
No, we
this
typically
book-
don't do
No,
that.
we typically don't do that. This book ends at the gluttony. We're going to get to the final sin.
Seven sins.
The sin tour. Actually, that's kind of a cool idea for a tour. Each concert is like a different sin or sloth.
Ooh.
Nobody shows up.
So she gets with the band, and she instantly they change their name to Ninth Quarter,
Which
a
is so
far-
much better than
Love it.
Well,
Mudslingers.
here's a question Jessica and I were talking about.
Yeah, you
And
guys didn't get a chance to look it up. We
we
did
had a chance to look it up and still have the question. What is the ninth quarter referring to? A sport or something?
What sport do you think quarters are in?
Oh, I was thinking about it in terms of weight.
In terms of
Wait, what?
yeah, like
I lost my 9th quarter of pounds.
like weed. I don't know.
Like a trimester?
Oh, like weed.
Weed. I was like, this is my ninth quarter of weed today. Is how I took it.
I thought it meant
Naturally.
like coins.
I thought it meant like the final.
$2.25.
I thought in essence it was like a direct synonym for final hour, like 11th hour.
Exactly. That's what I thought. too,
But
yeah.
then I was
Oh.
like, ninth quarter. I'm like, do they mean inning? And like, I don't know shit about sports, but like quarters are in basketball.
Yes.
I think
but
football.
in football.
Yeah.
But wait, gridlock football? Where we looked up?
Gridiron.
Gridiron. Cool. No, gridlock is when there's traffic on the field.
What is that?
That's when there's traffic and you go play football.
They play in
With a car.
Yeah, that's soccer here.
But basketball has 4 quarters because that makes a whole. So if you had 9, that's 2 1/4.
Maybe that's all the joke and we don't get it. Maybe it's supposed to be ninth
That
is in
is-
baseball,
there
but
are
quarter
no
is in football.
jokes.
But there's quarter in basketball too.
yeah.
The quarter basketball and
But that's what I was saying. I don't know what a ninth quarter Like that's not a term that I like. Again, 11th hour. I'm like, oh yes, that registers.
Well,
to
she
me.
said
I think
they
it's like their
partied-
take on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They partied so hard after a jam session,
Yes.
not a concert.
It's under the umbrella.
They were
you.
almost
Thank
at
you.
the end of the 9th quarter.
Yeah, it sounds like weed to me. I don't know.
Right.
Also, it's interesting. Almost at the end of a thing we made.
Yeah.
All of
I
it's
was
like-
sure she was a lesbian, but I wasn't sure.
yeah.
Lots of qualifiers.
Well, the good thing is it's a book, so it's always open to interpretation. There are no
that is actually a good
romancers.
thing.
So they
Thank God.
they played colleges up and down the West Coast, and then that's how they got to open for one of the biggest rock and roll acts
Yeah.
that there is, Chemical Sanity.
And now
Hell
I
yeah.
will say, as an improviser, all of these names do sound like improv team names.
They do, yeah.
They're like, ooh, two things.
Chemical Sanity?
Chemical Sanity.
I'm not saying it's a good name.
sounds like
it sounds
a-
like two words, which is
Sounds
what
like
an improv team
Yeah, it
name
sounds like a
is.
newer improv team. They're like, we did like a word exercise, a
Yes.
pattern exercise, and that's what we came up with.
My friend and I were playing Rock Band, and we had to come up with a name, and we just couldn't decide. I'm like, okay, on the count of 3, we're each going to say a word, and that's the name. And on 3, she said crap, and I said psoriasis. And so we named the band Psoriasis Crap, and that's immediately what I thought of with Chemical Sanity. It just
Chemical
sounds like
Sanity
two
is-
words.
It's also like someone who's insane, and then they take a pill,
Yeah,
and now they're
chemically
better.
altered
So
to
it's
be
just like a
sane.
medicated person.
Lexapro.
It
It's
does. It just
Lexapro.
sounds like
Yeah.
something that's because rock and roll feels like it should be out of control, and that sounds very in control.
Oh,
It's just like
Prim and
medi-
Proper, the
Yeah.
band.
It's like part of the straight edge
Yes.
maybe they
right?
But,
Yeah.
but wait a
We're
minute,
so
'cause
hardcore that we come back
later,
around.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, I don't know how straight edge they are because then after their first gig, the leader of Chemical Sanity comes up to Ellie and says, "You're amazing. Wanna fuck?"
oh yeah, very direct. What do we think?
You like that? I can tell you like it.
I do like it.
At a
I
concert.
really like it.
Wait, okay, you're a concert goer.
I'm a
yeah?
concert goer.
Okay, what's your favorite band? Are you allowed to say? Who knows? Yes.
Sure. They're called the Born Ruffians. They're from Canada.
Okay. So, excluding all your personal relationships currently, the lead singer makes eye contact with you on stage and goes, "Wait, stop the music. Everyone shut up. Stop the music."
Everyone shut
Oh my
up.
god, this sounds embarrassing.
You are embarrassing me.
Points to you and goes, "You, what's your name?
Lori.
Do you want to fuck?"
Did you get it wrong?
Yeah, Lori fucks up immediately.
Oh, that's
she
right.
said Lauren by
That's
accident.
You got this.
Girl, you've got this. You've got this. Your whole team is egging you on. You got this, girl. He goes, "You want to fuck? Do you like
Game.
that?"
Yes, totally. Immediately. Yes, please take me. I don't care. However you want it.
This
Love
isn't
it.
apples to apples,
Jeez.
though. This isn't because she just
just performed.
And
Okay.
if someone came up to me and said, "You're amazing," I would have said, "Thank you."
Okay.
And they said, "You want to fuck?" And I was like, "Dude, you really think I was amazing?"
Jessica, you're right, and thank you for calling me out on this. Lori, you're at Mod Night, which is a sketch night
Yeah.
at UCB
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a writer there, right?
I'm a writer, yeah.
Okay. You,
Joe Wingard.
Joe Wingard.
Okay, are we substituting like his vibe with the lead singer of the Born Ruffians?
Yeah.
yes.
Just the sexiest improviser you can think of.
Joe Winger.
The sexiest improviser you can think of comes up to you and goes, "Whoa, did you write that closing sketch? You were awesome."
Did I write it?
No, it's not even that though. It's, do you want to fuck?
And then, do you want to fuck?
Yeah, I think I'm down.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I think I'm in for it. I
love it.
Okay.
It's very direct. What
I don't
about you,
operate
Chad?
that way.
I don't either.
Interesting.
I need like flirting and stuff.
I need
can't-
flirting.
I can't just like, yeah, and then go fuck.
That is flirting.
But
It's
I
just
think
like
it's
accelerated.
Yeah, it is,
Imagine,
it is.
I guess imagine mutual respect for their work. Like there are definitely like people whose work I admire, and it's like in some fantasy world, it is really hot that they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you want to fuck?" You're like, "Yeah, cool."
I think even if there was a bit of eye flirting, it doesn't need to be talking, but a
Oh,
little of looking
I
back
could
and
do
forth
well
a
with
little
some eye
bit for the
flirting.
night, and then that final
There I am.
let's
Fucking
get up
I
and go.
love
I'd be
some
like,
eye
okay,
flirting.
we get it.
Yes.
What are we gonna
Yeah.
say? Where are you from? Where am I from? Who gives a shit? You know.
What's everyone's eye flirt?
Sorry for those of you listening. Well,
Yeah.
I'll try to describe
Yeah,
them.
subscribe to Dropout.
Okay, here's my eye flirt.
Okay. Ooh, it's
Oh,
Oh, shit. You know what it is? It's a
been a
fan
while.
that's on oscillation and it's blowing in her face periodically.
yeah. She's like trying to make eye contact with.
Yeah, like this. Like I have a bug flying into
Yeah.
my eye.
I like to do a little bit of the eye close and then give it to you from the side.
A surprise.
good.
You don't know where my pupil's going to be, bitch. Yeah. Like, I heard once that, like, it's a lot of people in movies, when they're about to kiss someone, they go like this. They look from the lips to the eyes.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Looking at the lips.
As
Looking
someone
at
who's
the
just
lips.
sitting
So
next to
smart.
Reka, that's pretty cool.
What about you, Chad?
I do like a really intense. I just do like sustained
No
eye contact. No blink.
I like it.
I see that
makes me feel
like an
small. I like
American
it.
woman.
Oh,
That's what they say.
Elizabeth-
She was unblinking.
That's so fun. I thought of like an American Girl doll that hasn't tipped its head over yet. Like, bling.
That doll wants to fuck me.
Look at its buck teeth.
But she's a bit more not prude, but all the other guys on the tour are really indulging in the different girls. They have girls coming up all the time. There's I think Carl is the stage manager who the guys, while they're playing their big old guitars, he'll
Huge.
point to somebody.
Yeah.
And then just have them come backstage waiting for them. And she hasn't done that yet
Yes.
until this concert. So
Okay.
she's out there rocking it, singing her heart out.
Okay.
And she's on a power ballad called What You Want. And she sees the sexiest guy she's ever seen.
We will say there is a typo, and it does say the sexist,
Sexist,
guy,
the sexist guy.
I've ever
I didn't notice
seen.
that.
which is
It was great.
6
The
foot.
sexist guy.
the most sexist guy I've ever laid my eyes on.
I read this part and knew Reka would like it. Somewhere between, she was trying to, describing his look, somewhere between Slavic and Nordic.
So white, right?
Yeah.
It's
There's
very
so little space between
Somewhere
Slavic
between
and Nordic.
European and
the
Alaskan.
blondes between Slavic and Nordic, there are a lot of hues.
an
okay?
exotic mix of Danish and Finnish. His skin nearly translucent, every vein visible, eyes clear,
My
hair clear.
But this part I love too. A snake tattoo sneaking down from his back to his belly button. I
Did it
could
say-
see it because he had his shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
No, like he
he had a
had
see-through
a
shirt.
tattoo on his butt cheek. I could see it because his pants were pulled down and his butt was out.
He was mooning me.
Did it say snake tattoo?
Yeah.
Or did it say it's snake?
Oh, it was snaking down. I
'Cause
imagined it was a snake.
Maybe
Oh,
I
it
would-
says snaking
that
down.
was a detail. It was a snake.
No, it was snaking down.
Okay, 'cause that was a
Snaking
detail. I
down.
was like, that's where writing comes into play.
Like, what should it have been?
yeah, like just say what the he
Maybe
had the
it's
most
your
wonderful
mind.
tattoo.
It
Let's
was a
move on.
ladder.
Yeah.
I thought it was a snake tattoo. I read it as a snake. I envisioned it as a snake tattoo with like the tongue.
She just was like,
What
it's a
are-
cool,
coming out
what
around
a
the belly
cool
button.
tattoo.
What are other things that could snake down? Like a pipe,
a playground
Mario
slide,
a playground slide, a Mario pipe, a
Ooh.
spaghetti, a piece of
a big
a little
dick.
meatball for his belly button. The arena was hot and I was dripping.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I never thought of singers getting off while they were singing,
Me
but I guess
either.
they do all the time.
or
I
did
know,
she
and-
mean like face sweat? Right.
Well,
Oh, I
she
thought
meant
she meant a pussy.
vagina. I think she meant her vagina was dripping.
For
Lori.
sure.
And then that also made me wonder what she was wearing.
it was hot and I was sweating profusely.
Because of the heat.
I've got to talk to Carl about getting an air conditioner in
Some
here.
stage manager he is. I need a fan. So
Concerts get hot. It's one of the things
Yes.
about them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
But it did make me wonder, again, another thing of like, this would have been a sexy detail in addition to like what the tattoo is. Like, I did wonder what she was wearing. I'm like, oh, is she wearing like a cool skirt, like a leather skirt situation, like pants, like ripped, like destroyed? Because like she's dripping. I don't know. It felt more like, that's such a visceral description. I really wanted to know what her outfit was.
I imagine she was the lead singer of Paramore.
Oh,
And
wow.
then this again, I'm casting as Jason Momoa,
Oh, wow.
who I do often.
You're
Yeah.
a visual reader.
I always like to cast them in
Yeah.
case I ever want to greenlight one of the books, with my Hollywood
It would
power.
be a 5-minute movie.
Yeah, I'm always thinking showbiz.
Yeah, we already got Susan Olsen as Cindy. Oh,
The brothers are Sweet Life, Zach and Cody.
yeah, Cole
Sexy
and Dylan
grown-ups.
Sprouse. Yeah.
So she points to this Slavic Nordic dream, this Viking prince.
That she's
Jason
yeah.
Momoa,
Yeah,
the
Jason
Slavic
Momoa,
Nordic
but
dream.
blonde with blue eyes.
With spaghetti
the
and
way
meatball
I'd
tattoo.
prefer.
Spaghetti and meatball tattoo. Fettuccine Alfredo on the back.
Yeah.
Spaghetti with
man.
arrabbiata sauce on the front.
What a
Classic
dream.
mullet.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And she's singing. So he is motioned to get back there, and he does. And she's singing her last encore, and her panties are dripping. She's about to get laid by this stranger. She goes backstage. All the guys have these different girls. And this dude's a little shy backstage, which I did think was cute. That
Yeah.
probably is how you would be, no
Yes.
matter how jacked you are.
Yes.
These
Yeah.
are famous people at this point.
Yeah.
Semi-famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fame tops all.
Absolutely. And I
Ugly
agree.
famous person is better than ripped regular person.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone should take that home with them.
And take that as a lesson.
yeah.
So she basically just says to him, like, hey, you want to get out of here and fuck? And he's like, all right, yeah, let's do it.
And one thing I appreciated is because she kind of pitched herself as like very new to this whole rock and roll
Thank you.
lifestyle.
Thank you.
I appreciated that she was like a little scared even asking. She knew she wanted it, but like she couldn't even like believe it was her asking for it. That felt very real. Of like the first time you like, hey, you want to come to my place? Like, I did it.
yeah.
I did it. Like,
She really went for it too.
I totally
I was
like-
like,
Yeah.
go girl, you
Yeah.
did it right.
Yeah.
I'm
liked
so
that
happy
part
for
a lot.
her.
And
Yeah.
I liked that she was like, she is this rock and roll star. Like she does play to these huge crowds, but she kind of feels like she's playing the part
yes.
too.
She describes that psychology a lot, which
and
I
she
liked.
like wants to do it
Yeah.
and be a part of it, but it is also like, oh, it's the first time I'm really taking charge. And especially like in the sex scene too, we'll get into it more. But that was probably my favorite part of the book was her kind of like finding herself, her voice within this thing that she already was, which I
Whoa.
felt like a fantasy of what you already are, but allowing yourself to be it.
And just finding her voice. She's the lead she's the front woman.
Yeah.
She's the singer, but she still has to
Whoa.
find her voice.
Wow.
Wow.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll, baby. A part of it that I didn't like is when she leaves, the band is all like hooting and hollering, like, oh, yeah, oh, good. I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's like, mind your business.
Do you think if the band was like her girlfriends being like, yeah, go.
Like if it was the Spice Girls.
If it was the
think I
Spice
would want
Girls.
my
If it was like,
girl.
Posh leaving with a guy and like Baby and Ginger Ale.
Yeah. Yes, go Posh. He's hot.
Yeah.
It depends. I think it's like, it depends on how nervous you are because I've been in those situations where like your friends think it's funny to egg you on in front of like someone you're nervous to talk to and you're like, can you shut the fuck up? And I've been in the situations where you're like kind of laughing about it. It kind of depends on your level of nerves, I feel.
I think
Yeah.
it makes sex feel like a numbers game to me, which I don't like.
fair.
About it. Like, oh,
I
you're
agree.
about to get one in, you
Yeah.
get a point, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's just not my favorite.
Maybe especially from a crew of dudes
Yeah.
that also kind of
That's how
treat
they
women
operate.
disposably at
Yeah.
these concerts.
Or they could have been like, Ellie, you found your voice. Good job.
They pulled her aside. They're like, wait, Ellie, we're lining up. We all have like a little personal
Yeah.
message. Hey, you go. I'm so proud of you.
You're really sitting
like
in your power.
Taking what you want back from the universe.
if you want to say this affirmation in the mirror before you make
I
love,
wrote you a little affirmation. Yeah.
at your own,
At your own pace. It says, I am
before you throw it in
worthy.
the trash.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. I am worthy.
I am beautiful, I'm
my
worthy.
body is my own. Why couldn't they just be like that?
Why can't they?
Why can't they?
So they take a cab that's covered, which is great too. She doesn't have all expenses paid. Go back to the hotel. I like that she said that because I would like that too. I'd be like, oh, and I don't have to pay for this cab.
Because that's like it's a cab. We're not even using like Lyft and Uber terminology. There's no coupons on that.
Yeah.
That could be like, and what city was she in?
Sacramento?
Sacramento. Oh,
Yeah,
This felt
she
like
was
a
in
European
Sacramento?
tour, which is hilarious. So she's in Sacramento. I bet that cab's like, I don't know, Can we say $25?
You could say that, yeah,
you
absolutely.
would call it and wait 45 minutes for a cab to arrive.
Yeah.
Like, there's no cabs in
Sacramento.
Sacramento.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Sacramento,
so-
reach out.
She goes back to the hotel and he's still a little bit nervous. So she's like, I'm going to take a shower. You do what you want. She gets back out. He's still
What
a
a
little
power
nervous.
move, by the way.
I
Like-
know. I loved that.
Hey, if you're here when I'm out, cool. If you're not, cool.
Yeah.
Close, lock.
But what a bummer, he leaves.
So sad the book ends.
But then she's like, now you go take a shower.
I thought the separate showers
Yeah.
was so
weird.
funny
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, this is a sexy book, and then you're like, oh, they took separate, very practical.
Yeah,
Like,
just
It is
felt
a
like-
bit of a fantasy. Get your balls washed up.
It's like, but
Have it squeaky clean.
It's two sides though to me because there's a part of me that's like that's hot, the power thing, and
Yeah.
control, the waiting, but it's also like it's hot for like 10 minutes and then it's like you know.
you
You gotta
washing your
take a
hair?
quick shower. Yeah, you can't wash your hair.
yeah, I have to leave in my shampoo for like 10 minutes, otherwise it doesn't actually work.
I want to leave my makeup on too, so I think it would just be just wash the armpits and the crotch.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, pits and parts.
Yeah, pits and parts.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
spots.
and
So
parts.
he comes out, he drops his towel. Are you kidding? He has an epic cock, half swollen, huge mushroom head.
I really like mushroom
Huge
head.
mushroom
Her
head.
word.
You like mushroom head?
I like the descriptor.
It
I
takes-
think it's great.
Yeah.
I like mushrooms, but not when talking about penises.
I don't either. The mushroom head thing is so weird
Well, we're
to me.
vegetarians too, so mushrooms
So it mean
a lot to us.
It means a lot to us. It's often a burger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm sucking on my burger.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell which was his dick and which was my Shake Shack meal.
His dick was filled with mozzarella cheese. Just my personal opinion, I don't like that about the Shake Shack thing. I'd rather have the cheese on top.
I wish you're talking about how it's like a fried
Yeah.
chunk of cheese. I wish there were more mushrooms because it really feels insane to eat that thing. It's so
Too much
delicious. But sometimes, I want more of the vegetable.
I think so too.
But it's an incredible burger.
An incredible corporation and
so
company.
and I do love them.
He reveals his cock. We're in it. We're ready to go. Anything special you want me to do? He asks, and throughout he keeps kind of asking her, "What can what can I do for you? What do you want me to do?" And
Which-
she quickly realizes, like, "Oh, I'm a rock star. I'm a celebrity.
Honestly,
people
hot.
will do
Yeah,
whatever I
absolutely hot.
want." And I was like, "Damn, I wish I could have people do whatever I want."
And then she's like, lick my asshole.
I know. Then she gets on all
I
fours
love
and
that.
Earth
I do too.
I really
Yeah.
love this.
I
Was
do
maybe
too.
my favorite part.
Yes.
Yeah, eat me, gets on all fours, and he eats her pussy. Oh, she said, eat my pussy and my ass.
Yeah, like
She wanted
alternate.
both.
I want
Yeah.
like
It's also because she's like kind of virginal and shy, and then she's like, what do I want?
eat my pussy in my ass.
Yeah. I want you to eat my ass for a little bit, and I want you to stick your tongue in my pussy.
Okay.
I guess I do know what I want.
Book closed.
Yeah, he was listening to her every command,
Yeah.
and then she comes, and now she's like, now fuck me. And then he puts his penis in her. She says, I was in control, but no matter what anyone tells you, once you get a cock in you, you go a little weak.
Yeah, and people tell you otherwise.
It makes you stronger.
I have a pillow that says otherwise, but every time I look at it, I'm like, I know that's a
Yeah, the
lie.
cross stitch pillow your mother gave you. Yeah.
You are in control when a cock is inside you. But I'm not.
What did you think of this part too? So she says, "Don't think of me as the lead singer of Ninth Quarter. Tonight I'm just Ellie from San Jose." And he goes, "I would prefer to fuck Ellie Manson from Ninth Quarter."
I was really of two minds of this one as well. It felt like there's something sexy in the role play and like the hotness of it, but it's also like, but
It felt a little like a gross.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to fuck Ellie. From,
but if you're not Ellie from the Ninth Quarter, then you're ugly.
yeah, exactly. That's what that felt like.
Yeah.
I think he can fuck Ellie from San Jose, like if they were gonna go out a couple more times.
But-
you know,
okay.
They
Yeah,
met
like-
at a concert, and this is like in the concert
This is-
vibe.
Yeah.
This is your expertise.
Ellie is professing herself that I'm for the first time gonna grab a concert goer.
Yeah.
You know. So it's like,
Yeah, if date 4, he's still like, no, you're still
That's
Ellie
when it's
from
a
the
problem.
ninth quarter.
You have no brothers. Your brothers are the men on stage. Your family is the crowd.
Yeah.
yeah, but she like set this up and then was like, actually, no, I want you to fuck my real self.
Sure.
Fuck the little baby girl me.
Yeah.
Not the sexy rock god. I cannot be both.
I'm either a baby or a rock god.
So they all come. Everybody comes. They have a great time.
She says she's all covered. Sorry, his dick is all covered with her pussy cream and saliva.
yes. And
Her
then
pussy
after
saliva.
their first time, she asks, they're like lying in bed, what do you want to do now? And she says, are you a first time shooter? Suggesting she wants to go again. But how is someone supposed to answer that? Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Someone would say no. No one would say no.
Or are you a one-time shooter?
One-time shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
One time. Sorry.
Like
I meant
if you
one-time
can,
shooter.
Like-
if you can go multiple
Can
rounds.
you go multiple times?
But she also said it sort of like, you're not a one-time shooter.
Yeah.
That's how I read
was
it.
a
at
little
least.
rude.
Yeah.
Because I think my answer would be like, yeah, give me some time.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to watch House Hunters?
I thought you were gonna say house. Honestly,
Oh.
equally or fun.
Either. But he's not, of course, so they get right back to it.
Yeah.
She's savoring the flavor of every gooey blast of semen.
Oh yeah, that's
That
where
reminded
this
me like a
was.
Dairy Queen thing. gooey blast.
I took
of-
issue
Yeah, you
with
can
this.
dip it in the chocolate.
She was the whole time when so he fucked her and then she's sucking his dick.
Yeah.
I was like really waiting to hear what her pussy tasted like. I love that. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
in porns when like people are like, "Ooh, I could taste myself. I can
Yeah.
taste my own pussy." Or do you
Oh,
taste
yeah,
my
yeah.
pussy?
But she just said
she
pussy
didn't talk-
cream.
she's just like, my pussy juice was there. I'm not going to speak on
Well,
how
she's-
it was.
She said cream. Do you think it was like she had ice cream or milk or something before?
You shouldn't if you're a singer, rock and roll, right?
Yeah, dairy.
No, if you're going to sing, you have to do like a tea and like a
She
ginger.
Yeah.
probably just had some tea.
But do we think there was milk in
Ooh,
it?
it tastes like
Ginger,
chamomile.
yeah.
Oh my God, rooibos! I only do herbal.
But she's so quick to talk about how his cum tastes. It's like,
Yeah.
She didn't
that's
talk
not
about how
the
it
interesting part
tasted,
of
really,
it.
though. She said it just had
just
flavor.
gooey.
Okay, she mentioned the
Maybe
flavor
she's more
of it.
of a texture person.
Oh, interesting.
Pussy juice has texture.
Yeah.
Liquidy.
Liquidy.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna assume she had tea and maybe some pizza.
cheese.
Cheeseless pizza.
Cheeseless.
Cheeseless. A
Yeah.
tomato pie.
A tomato
A tomato
pie.
pie.
Oh, I love tomato pies.
I love tomato pies too.
Oh shit.
So
Oh, wait
they're
a
just
second.
having a blast. She's playing the part of the filthy rock queen, and they do it 4 more times on the balcony, on the shower, spread eagle on a big sofa. I thought that one was funny.
Also, that to
big-
me is so it's like just like
Spread eagle.
Yes, Chad! And that's only for Dropout subscribers.
And then once more on the bed. And this is going to be a night that he's going to brag about to his friends forever.
That aspect was kind of fun to me, that she's like thinking of herself in the terms of like how, the story these people are going to tell.
Yeah.
Because that feels very like, yeah, like if I run it, like all those Bill Murray stories you hear, like I ran into Bill Murray and no one ever believes like how he like purposely do weird things. He's like, no one will believe you that
Yeah.
I did this weird thing. Like I heard a story, he barged in on karaoke once in New York that someone was doing, and it's
Oh.
like no one will believe that this happened. You know, it's like yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
So there's some aspect of that feels fun, that she's like relishing in her own legend or something.
yeah, she's like, I'm famous.
Yeah.
She's excited about it. And it
Yeah.
will wear off. We know that. Like, I want to see this book in 3 years when
Yes.
she's like, ugh, I'm
Because
still
she's
doing this.
20 also.
Yeah.
That was maybe one of the stupidest parts, is that she's 20.
Not 21?
Well, I just feel like she's way young.
Yeah.
I'm like, 20? That means you were born in like 1999.
Oh, man.
1999.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my age.
That's your age.
That's crazy. That's me.
Another thing that I like in the book, so she has this one experience and she's like, okay, I want to go like do it more now. I'm feeling so empowered. And then she goes to San Diego and she has a really bad time with someone. And
Yes.
they keep it pretty brief. She's like, and that sucked. So then we went to another town.
Was
And
this
I'm
the
like,
guy
that's
that got
pretty
really
funny.
high and then he couldn't get it up?
Couldn't get it
Yeah.
up, yeah.
I thought that seemed very realistic, because I am sure there are plenty of concert situations where even if you're not the lead singer and trying to hook up with a concert goer, just two concert goers, and it's like, oh, everyone's too fucked up
Yeah.
to like hook up.
Yeah, absolutely. It happens all the time
Yeah.
in rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
And
at concerts.
concert.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like the part where she said she was envious of the bandmates because if the girls were too fucked up, it didn't matter.
That
it
did
does
not
matter.
like
It
that
don't
part.
have
Super
sex
does.
with people who are too fucked up.
No, I also thought that was crazy.
Yeah. No good.
It
Never
sucks
had this
because women are
problem.
disposable and men are good. So they
Women
could
are
fuck
just
all-
the hole that lie in there.
So they could fuck all the women they want because they're not important. Bummer.
Then we go to Tulsa, and Eric,
Tulsa.
the bassist, who we find out maybe has a bit of a crush on Ellie, has 6 innocent Midwestern girls backstage, and they call them they refer to them as easy Midwest girls. Now, I'm not from the Midwest. I don't know if that is a common thing that they're easy. I'm assuming because maybe they're further away from the elite
metropolitan
coasts
cities.
that they're maybe
So
more
fame feels
desperate to
hotter.
fuck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're not, like models like us. Like we fuck celebrities all the time. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fuck models.
Yeah.
We're fuck
Or models that fuck other
Oh, yeah, we're fuck models for sure.
And 2 of the girls, Alice and Cindy from the Brady
Brady
Bunch.
Bunch.
A little girl and
And an older
Like an older
housekeeper,
housekeeper.
who's dating a butcher
who's dating a butcher.
named Sam Butcher or something.
Sam the
Up
butcher.
to her and basically say, like, we've heard the rumors about you. You'll be with men and women. And it is implied in the book that she's had experiences with women in the past, but they've always kind of involved men too. And they say, we're both bi if you want to go party. And then she takes a second. She's like, yeah, all right, I'm going to feel this out. Let's go see what happens. And then they get into a cab that's paid for and go to the hotel room. And this part was very weird. So they're kind of not sure what to do with each other yet. They're all like sitting around a little uncertain. And then one girl offers ecstasy and they crush it up and mix it with strawberries and champagne.
And then
it's
they
all-
say it was really girly.
yeah, have a girly day.
You know in Sex in the City when they're constantly crushing up ecstasy into their
and
drinks?
snorting it.
I think because there was strawberries involved. Maybe
Yeah.
that was her.
Strawberries
like,
are girls.
And
Strawberry are
champagne.
girls. Strawberries
Also,
are girls.
Molly
bananas
is
are
like
boys.
Yeah.
primarily
Orange
girl
but
name.
non-binary.
Molly is a girl
Molly's
name.
a girl name,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that can make it girly.
And Coke is boy.
Coke
Yeah.
is boy.
Molly's a girl, Coke is a boy.
And weed is
And
non-binary.
we design binary.
Alice and Cindy start kissing, and Ellie's watching. They strip down to their bra and panties, but Ellie is saying to herself that she's not ready or high enough for an all-girl three-way.
I
was
mean,
like, shut
come
up.
on. Exactly.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
need to be blasted out of your mind to
Whoa.
have an all-girl three-way.
Yeah.
Remove all the difficulty of a penis from it.
I
You got to
will
be
do
so
it
high.
now. It is
Right.
8 in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. It felt like the author being like, she's not gay.
Yeah, exactly. Which there's a lot of that kind of shit in these like sort of self-published erotica that's like, I'm not gay or nothing, but boobs.
Yeah.
Well, I think in like rock and roll too, it's like I'm a nasty girl. I'll get with a girl if a guy's watching.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's nasty to be with a girl, but not for your own pleasure
Yeah.
together. It's for the benefit of soon you will have a penis.
Yes,
in
and
you.
as a result of that kind of lens, this scene was a lot less hot
It
than
was
I
a
thought it could
downer,
be.
yeah.
I'm like, you got.
I would have loved
Yeah.
it if she was like, I love this and I'm into this or whatever. Because
Yes.
I like the idea of her being like, no, you two do stuff.
Yeah,
And
and
then
I
I was like, that's kind of
and
a
then
fun
she was gonna like
role.
finger herself.
Yeah,
or
the power
something.
of that's fun.
Yes.
I did think it was again another thing that put her like 2 steps away from it. Like she goes, I watched them both come a half dozen times before I finally pulled off my top and panties. I was like, you watched them come a half dozen times
Yeah.
before you got any like.
She's like, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, half.
There's a lot of
itchy anyway. Yeah.
All right,
I'm
if we're
like,
coming a lot.
yeah, you can just admit you want to masturbate. And I was like, well, it's because they were just, I mean, it would take them an hour to come in. I guess I
And
got
she's just like staring, watching for 6.
Yeah, you're flirt eyed.
My flirt eyes for 6 times in a row.
And then all those times, then she tells them to 69 on each other when she finally does have the pants off. If they've come that many times, I bet they've gotten to 69ing at some point.
You think?
I think so. There's so,
They're like,
An evolution.
Again?
yeah.
Okay.
Again,
Do it
okay.
different. Do a standing 69. Try that.
A standing 69.
Ooh.
The upper body
position.
strength.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you can do it, my God,
Kind
do
of cool,
get
right?
off.
Take a picture if you can do it, because
Yeah, for the viewers at home,
If you can do it, absolutely do not put it on the Discord.
you can draw a picture
Banner
of it
of
for
these
erotic
characters.
fan
Yeah.
yeah.
If you
Of
like.
Alice, draw a picture of Alice and
And
Cindy.
Cindy doing really interesting ways of 69ing, something that's unexpected.
Right.
Okay, I don't want expected 69ing.
It could
Don't get
just
lazy
be
on us.
literally draw them lying down, but then make it a vertical instead of a horizontal.
Yeah, you just
rotate the
it.
picture.
Yeah,
I drew
90.
it.
And we applaud.
Then they both eat her out at the same time. And she says that the one girl wasn't very good at it. I believe Cindy was not very good.
Poor Cindy.
But then Alice was very good.
Both are
at
eating
it.
her out at the same time.
I think
took
they were
turns.
taking
Oh, okay,
turns.
okay.
Yeah, because she demanded one go first.
That's
and
right,
the
that's
other
right,
go
that's
after.
right.
Both is a little fun too.
they're like a train, right?
Yes, like
The
one
other
of them
one
goes
too.
and eats the other one's ass, I think.
And that's her favorite position. She calls back to the first time. Which
Yeah.
I was like, I like that she has a thing.
Yeah.
I like that she likes being eaten out from behind. Yeah.
I don't like that one, but I did like that she likes it.
yeah.
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 I like that one.
After they have sex, Alice goes, Ellie, can I have an autograph?
Yeah.
And Ellie had just come all over this girl's face. By the way. Can I have your autograph? My pad is sopping wet, but you could sign next to John Legend.
Squish, squish.
Squish, squish.
So she does sign their autographs. Then she takes another shower, crawls into bed, and she's unsure where the road will take her next. Fiend.
Wow.
Wow. And that's the book.
It left off a little with like there's gonna be a male threesome. Or the version I read, there was like she was like
Oh.
there was like an allusion to
Yes.
I think it's like the next book, right?
Bandmates.
or something. Yes,
Because I read part of the next chapter,
Yeah.
and it implied that
did
Eric.
everybody? We could talk about that too. I didn't read it, but I'm interested in what
I think
says.
it implies that Eric, Roger, maybe and her,
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah.
She mentions Roger's cute. Eric's the
Yeah.
one who has the crush, and Kyle is basically not mentioned at all.
And her brothers are nowhere to be found.
And I can't have
No.
my brothers, but you two have guitars.
Huge guitars.
Huge
Enormous.
guitars. Wait, so how is that threesome implied? What happened?
Let me look.
I don't remember. I
Like, in
remember
the
just
beginning,
being like,
she's like,
Dear God.
"Oh, I'm doing another concert, and I still
Yeah.
can feel the other girl's pussy or
On
the other
me.
girl's lips on my pussy."
Yeah.
which I was like, "Ooh, first paragraph out the gate, really love it."
Sorry, this is a sidebar. Because of this podcast, all my recommendations on Amazon are fucked. And the thing it just recommended me was a book called No Egrets, which had a bird on it, like an egret. And that can only mean to me that it's a sexy egret book.
yes,
Like no
absolutely.
regrets, but
Yes.
egrets.
Yeah.
no, you got
That's funny.
Sorry, I had to say it. Yeah, I don't remember any of the other specific
I
details.
just remember being like at the end, being like, "Oh, now I actually do want to read the next book," which is such a bummer.
I am interesting how the dynamics of having sex with the people in the band will be.
Yeah.
She does
she
mention
talks
like a
about
Fleetwood Mac thing.
She's like,
Oh
usually
my
this
God.
doesn't work, but some bands can power through it, like Fleetwood
You know,
Mac.
it's like,
I know they
broke up.
She
Like, what are you
picked,
talking
the worst,
about?
the most infamous example
Yeah.
of not doing
working
this.
out.
God,
believe it.
Fleetwood Mac, Sonic Youth, all these people.
I guess getting
They
a
do it
Grammy,
right.
I don't know what
Yeah.
her idea of working out
She
is.
should have said Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Through strife.
Yeah.
You know.
Although those sections of Lemonade where they get back together, I don't listen to
I
it.
don't like.
Not sandcastles, no thank
I
you.
couldn't believe that was actually him in the music video.
Yeah.
I thought it
don't
had to be
watch.
someone else.
Yeah. I don't accept their reconciliation.
Yeah, that's not canon to Jess.
They don't. They're not together.
It could be a sham. Could be. You never know.
Oh, I
think
hope
it's
so. I pray every night.
It's not inside rock and roll, so
Yeah.
You know, Raph
really
doesn't
hard.
like Lemonade, our coworker.
he doesn't like the
He
album.
doesn't really like it. Yeah, he likes 444 way better.
But Lemonade.
Love on Top the best.
Love on
I
Top
listened
is
to it
so
at a
good.
wedding.
It is good,
What?
but
It's a
not
Love
show-off
on-
song.
Yeah, it is. That's all of you
says,
does.
Listen
Oh,
to
yeah,
all the
it
notes
is.
I can sing.
Yeah, the lyrics are foolish.
It's
It's
20
appropriate
key
for a
changes.
wedding and nothing else.
No, it's driving. It's running. It's sleeping.
Love on Top.
And that's all you can
key
sing,
changes.
Jess.
Oh no, I can hit all the notes.
No, legally.
If you guys were to be a groupie for a band, what can you?
Ooh.
What would you? What
Oh.
band?
What band?
Yes.
Hot.
I think
Hot.
about it all the time. I would want to be a groupie in like the 70s
Me too.
and fuck Led Zeppelin for sure. I would follow them everywhere and just fuck them nonstop.
I would do
yeah.
NSYNC.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Chad.
it.
Wait. Who from NSYNC?
Really, I mean, it's so boring. Justin Timberlake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Love
JC
it.
Chazet, so we wouldn't have a
JC's
fight.
great. Yeah.
Oh,
love-
Reka.
yeah.
Okay, Jess. Literally, we don't even have enough time to talk about it. JC is the best member of NSYNC.
Stop.
He's the
That's
best
ridiculous.
singer.
That's
He's
ridiculous.
the best
You're
singer.
making fun of rap and then you say something like that.
JC is the best singer.
And then he had that
Everyone.
really pro lesbian song. Some girls sleep
Sleep
with
with
women.
women. It's some girls dance with women. This
Dance
song
with
is
women.
actually very much not pro lesbian.
Oh, you're right.
It goes, some girls dance with women knowing that it'll get them attention.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
want to
you're
get
right.
in with them.
Hell yeah.
So pass me a drink and let's roll.
You're
That's
right.
a haiku.
Now, this is the best singer.
Huh? JC Chazet, that was from his album Schizophrenic,
Yes.
which I own.
Yeah.
On vinyl.
His
Yeah,
birthday
yeah.
is August 8th. He is adopted. I love him.
Oh my God.
He's wonderful. Okay.
He's adopted. Cute. Sorry.
I mean, what a, and he, I just love him so much. I have a poster of him. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Still?
I left it in my Brooklyn apartment, assuming I would move back there after a year.
So it's in a Brooklyn apartment.
Yeah.
It's just on a wall, an empty room.
in a barren room
Yeah.
with a dust
rats.
bunny, rats. But JC, honestly, I love like classic rock bands. I feel like I would be like a Fleetwood Mac type groupie.
Ooh,
Oh, so
that's
hot,
a fun
too.
one.
Yeah,
So hot.
yeah, or like an NSYNC. Yeah. Jesus, the two ends.
Wow.
That's where I live.
I mean, if I'm thinking 90s, it would definitely be the Spice Girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that we mentioned the Spice Girls as
Yes.
well. Oh my God.
Yes.
To be on the tour bus, on the double decker.
Who would be your
Jerry.
to
Without a
sleep
doubt.
with.
Oh,
I love Jerry so much. She's
Jerry was-
absolutely.
oh my
I was-
God.
She's
I
definitely
was-
so sexy.
She's
I
the
was
hottest.
baby and sporty when I was a girl.
None of the other ones. Maybe Scary second, but
I'm
Jerry
a posh-
was
I'm a
it
posh
for
I
me.
like Jerry and
Oh,
Posh.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, Pasha, I always knew she would think I was ugly and stupid.
I think I like that.
Yeah. Oh.
For me. For me.
I like that she thinks you're ugly.
Yeah, that gets you off. You watch her. And
Now I like her more.
Yeah, Lori, what about you?
I mean, I definitely like the Pussycat Dolls. I think that the Pussycat Dolls, and plus there's like rotating members, right? So it's like a bargain almost. You're getting
Yeah,
a
you
lot
want
of
like the
them for
Electric Light Orchestra or the Polyphonic Spree.
Yeah,
where there's
yeah,
like 3
just-
million people
just
in
a
it.
bunch of them. So as you're a groupie, you get
You want like
fresh
wow.
faces in there.
You want the Philharmonic Orchestra.
The Trans-Siberian Orchestra around Christmas when they play that one song, and then I just fuck them all.
Yeah.
And I'm good for the year.
Good for the year.
Yes.
I have sex once a lot.
And then I feel
Once
up
with
for the
3
year like a bear eating a bunch of food.
Honestly.
so
I
so
don't
close
hate
to my
that.
sex pattern.
Amazing.
So now we rate the book. If you've never heard before, it's 1 from 1 to 5. 1 is a drought, and 5 is slide out of our chairs.
Yes.
So anyone can begin. What would like to rate the book?
I will give it, gosh, I'm going to give it a somewhere between maybe a 2.75.
Yeah.
It was I liked some of the psychological aspects that were being outlined. The sex itself wasn't super hot most of the time.
Yeah.
And was a bit of a missed opportunity. So I'll give it a 2.75.
Yeah. I would give it a 2.5. I think I'm in the same boat. I like the idea of this, like, you are this thing, but having it's so new to you that you haven't quite owned it yet. And it was cool to see her taking ownership of this. And I, anytime there's sex with Jason Momoa, I like it.
JC Chazet.
How it was clearly, it was clearly described.
Yeah,
tattoos.
Jason Momoa, a Slavic Nordic ethnic mix.
With spaghetti meatball tattoo.
Yeah, spaghetti meatball tattoo.
If I met a man with a tattoo of spaghetti and meatballs and fettuccine alfredo on his back, I'd be like, marry me
Fuck
today.
yeah.
Lori,
Absolutely.
that is disgusting. disgusting.
I love those.
It's so,
love it.
It's, so
It's
It's
punk.
like fucking Chef Boyardee. like a can of Chef Boyardee.
Yes, and
Is it
just like-
nasty as hell?
Love it.
Just a
Are those
spilled
freckles
can.
or little spaghettios?
Oh, wow,
hot.
is that a Garfield ravioli on your arm?
Slurping it up.
I would give this like a 1.3.
Yeah.
I fully read it like in my bed, hand in my pants, like ready to go
Yeah.
if something took me.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to see where this goes. I'm going to take it and come. And I didn't even come. Like it was like,
I didn't even come twice.
it was dry. I didn't get
Even
wet.
come 6 times in a row.
6 times. And then do a 69.
Yeah.
With myself.
Myself. Wow.
I'm in the same boat, and I'm also just gonna say 1.3 because it sounded nice. Because
Yeah.
I was like horny too, and I was
Yeah.
like, I was gonna
God.
maybe watch porn and like do a little sesh,
Yeah.
but instead I was like, I have this erotic book to read,
Yeah.
and I just went right to bed.
I
tried
feel
it
so
as a desert,
bad
yeah.
because we've
Tried
had
me
a
as a
couple
desert.
recently that have been really good, and I have went and taken care of business. So I feel bad that you guys did not
That's
get to have
okay.
that
No.
experience. We'll
My
have to have
boyfriend
you
was
back
sleeping
on
next to me
with a
while I
better
was
bed.
reading it.
Aw.
And I was like, he could get lucky, but
You
He's
looked at
very
him and you said
unlucky.
you could get lucky.
no,
woke
he
him
was
up and said,
sleeping
"You
next
could
to
go."
me.
This is your fault.
This is,
You,
you can
slapped
blame
him in the
Ellie.
face.
You can blame
Yeah.
Ellie and how she and her self-hatred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, the reviews are in. Thank you so much for listening. As always, we have our next book. We're very excited for this one. We have had a lot of fan recommendations in the Discord for an author, Chuck Tingle. So we have finally.
like that.
He writes a lot of
Sounds like a
fan
sentence.
Chuck Tingle. So we are listening to you guys. We went through. He has a lot of great ones, but this one just made us the horniest. Reading the title
From the get-go.
I'm gay for my living billionaire jet plane, and that is by Chuck Tingle again. I'm gay for my living billionaire jet plane, about a man and a jet plane. Who has come into an absorbent amount of wealth.
Yes.
So that is what we will be reading for next time. You can find it on
Yes.
Amazon. Thank you so much for being here with us. we
Thank
hope you have
you.
a very sexy week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hi, it's Reka. If you like College Humor and want to support us, sign up for Dropout. For the monthly cost of 250 candy bars in the year 1920, you can get videos like this a whole week sooner. You can chat with us live on the Dropout Discord and get exclusive content like the Vodcast Erotic Book Club.
There is a lot of blanket play.
It's a lot of blankets, a lot of, I got you a gift.
I
let
got
me
you a
tuck
gift.
you
Oh,
into
that's
bed.
true.
And
I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
tuck-
oh, God, yeah.
So sign up for your free trial today. And it was so great meeting you. If you want to share some of those candy bars over wine sometime, I am available, You get 125, I can get 125. I don't know, it's just an idea.